Today I'm making a pair of Christmas shark pajama bottoms. Alright, I found some adorable Christmas shark flannel at my local fabric shop and bought them all out, and I'm glad I did because I just barely had enough to make these pajama bottoms. I'm going to show you all the pieces here. We have the front, the back, and then we have a waist elastic, a waist drawstring, and some ribbon for trimming the bottoms. So I am tall, and every time I make pajama pants I have to add a lot to the bottom of whatever pattern I'm working with, so that's why it takes so much more fabric. But this pair, I actually used a pair of Old Navy pajama pants that fit pretty well, except were way too short. Tore them apart, took a pattern from them, altered the things I wanted. I did loosen them up a little in the hip and stuff. And I actually learned a really interesting new to me waistband method that I use here. And I'm also, I had a conversation in the comments of my velvet pajama bottoms video discussing why I had sewn the legs independent of one another and sewn them together that way. And I was curious as to why I did that too. So I went and did some research. And I discovered that the reason you would sew pants, a very small amount of research, this is by no means a deep dive, but the last seam you finish, the dominant seam as apparently it is called, affects the way the pants are going to lay. So if you finish the pant legs separately and then sew them together on the crotch seam, they lay more straight up and down and are better for like a tailored garment, like a suit pant or something like that. And if you sew them, as I am sewing these pants now, where you sew the front two panels together, the back two panels together, and then you sew the inside leg seam all in one go, that's better for flexibility, so for like pajama pants and stuff. So, learn something new every day. And that is what I have been doing on the screen, is I have been finishing the front two panels together, the back two panels together, and now I'm doing the outside leg seams. And now I am doing the waistband. So I have pinned the elastic to the right sides of the top of the waistband and I'm stitching it in there, stretching as I go so that it is gathering the fabric of the waistband. Then I'm flipping it down to the wrong side, pinning at all of the points so the seam edges that I know are going to be straight down for the elastic. Boy, is it hard to explain. I'm basically folding the elastic over so that it is encased. But I want to make sure that the gathers are straight up and down, so I'm being careful to stretch and pin directly in line with one another. And this is probably a method that a lot of people have used forever for pajama pants, but it's new to me. And it worked great. Once again, I'm just stretching as I go, sewing that top edge up. And then once I'm done there, I'm going to go ahead and pin the bottom edge down. Oh, no, I was wrong. Then once I'm done there, I'm going to go ahead and sew the buttonholes on the front to allow the drawstring on the waist to go through. My machine was being kind of a butthole about this, so I had to mess around with it a few times before I finally got some decent buttonholes. I think it was because there's so much elastic bulk on top of it. I really should have sewn the buttonholes first before adding that elastic, but live and learn. They're fine. And then I'm going to be going through, well, apparently I'm going to be changing my needle. Good move. When your machine is giving you
sass,
like the tension's wrong and you've tried all the thread stuff, just change your needle. It'll help 9 times out of 10. So I'm just going through and sewing that bottom edge down on the waistband now, stretching as I go, making sure it's lined up. And now I am going through with that overlock foot again and sewing the crotch seam. I started at the center because I wanted to make sure that was more lined up. So I'll be doing one leg at a time. Ran out of bobbin there, naturally. And then flipping the pants over and doing the other leg from the crotch. And I'm threading the little drawstring in the waist through with just a safety pin on the end. And there's the waistband. I've gone and ironed up the hems. I'm just going to be stitching those down. I'm going in just to decorate the bottoms of the legs to make them a little more, I don't know, exciting. I'm just stitching some ribbon down. I'm doing the bottom edge lined up with that stitch I did for the hem. And then I'll be going along the top edge as well. Of course, I lost bobbin again, about an inch before the end of that ribbon. I realized after presenting it, so I had to go in, rewind the bobbin, finish it off again, and then move on to the other leg. I learned so much making these pants. Thank you to Claudia for bringing up the question of why I was sewing pants the way I was. And now, no. I was taught the way for, like, dress pants and, like, jeans, things that you would want to fall more in line up and down, rather than the way that was sewn for flexibility. And pajama pants should be sewn for flexibility, so now I know more about that. And also this waistband method that I stumbled across disassembling a pair of pajama pants that were commercially made that I love. I'm going to keep using it in the future. It's a really great method to hide all of the seams and make sure you're getting like an equally spaced, stretchy waistband. And I think they look really cute. Alright, if you liked what you saw and want to see more, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you want to see what I was up to yesterday, that video is on the screen for you.